Welcome, everybody, to the Sunday night Siamese live stream. My name is Debbie Barnett. For those of you who are new here, welcome. I'm so happy to meet you. And I usually do Wednesday nights, which is a skill building event. So you may already be coming there. But this is brand new. This is our second week doing the Siamese live stream. And I am going to be using the 2024 card again tonight. A few people reached out to me, and some said they don't have the Siamese card. Some said they do. So I think what I'm going to do is maybe reach out to the community to see if anybody wants to actually purchase a card so that they could learn to play with the Siamese card in the future when I do them, because I hate anybody not to be able to follow along. The Siamese card is definitely different, but it is so much fun. And I'm still learning it. So I'm like kind of green with the Siamese card. So if you get a Siamese card, if you don't have one yet, we'll just be right at home together. All right, here I am at I Love Maj, and this is where I do my live streams. I really love this platform for a lot of reasons, but mostly because I do think it mimics the closest the closest platform to in-person play. Yeah, I think I've been on vacation too long, by the way. For those of you who joined in a little bit late, I'm back in Florida and I am home with my feet on the ground, not the wheels on the ground anymore. I'm just so happy to be home. And what also I like about this I Love Maj is they have a wonderful exercise room. And this is the best place to come in and learn the card, strengthen your knowledge of the categories and the hands within the categories. Don't have to memorize a card. I mean, there are a few out there that probably have it memorized, but that is not necessary. It's just a feeling of comfort. So when you start looking at your tiles, you know which way to go. And that is one of the most important things about playing the game. So there are two buttons here, two tabs, whatever we call these. And there's the 4-player, which I play on Wednesday nights, and now the Siamese, which I play now on Sunday nights. And I play against the bots, and we have different levels of bots. And, you know, I was, for those of you that came in last on Wednesday night, I had Julie and Philippe from I Love Mah Jongg, and that was a whole lot of fun. If you weren't there, you could always catch the replay. But there was something that they mentioned, I believe off screen, or maybe it was even on screen, that I didn't know, because the intermediate bots are pretty tough players. And when I play advanced, I don't see a huge difference, but there is one big difference. The advanced bots can call another player's hand dead, and an intermediate player can't. And they felt that it's an advanced player who really has that comfortability and also can recognize and feel confident in making that call. And I tend to agree. So I'm happy to know that we have that situation here. So whether I play intermediate or advanced is not going to make much of a difference. I'll just leave it at the level 2. If you're new to this platform, feel free to try standard to begin with. It's a beginner level player or a beginner level bot. They're becoming my friends. So I mean, they're like starting to become human to me, these bots. And you'll win more games at level 1. So that's a good place to start, because we all need that boost of confidence. So go ahead and do that, and then start to move up as you want to challenge yourself more. So in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and get this game going on, and that way I could be totally confused. Last week, it took a little bit for me to keep remembering the different strategies between 4-player and 2-player. There are definite differences. I'll go ahead and move make my little window. Okay, so if you need to communicate with me, please write your message in the chat window. I have the chat window open. I do try to pay attention to the chat window. So I'll go ahead and get started. And as far as YouTube goes, you guys know that you have a little delay, and sometimes I'm moving along and doing something and you suggest something and I don't see it until after I've already made the decision. Oh boy, not the best scenario. Okay, now always make sure you have the right card. Whether we're playing 2024 or the Siamese would be the most important thing. And what else do we have? We have like themes here, different tiles and all that. We're not going to change anything. We're going to keep the classic tiles, and I'm going to keep my color theme right now, just so we don't delay this any further. Feel free to offer assistance. If you see something that you really like, go right ahead and put it in chat, put it on YouTube. Again, I may not see it as quickly as I want to, but feel free to. Now, with Siamese, we have double the tiles. So that means we're going to have a lot more choices. And Julie said to me, don't sort rack 1 separately from rack 2. You need to do a sort across both racks. I didn't even think that I was paying attention. Did you choose the 2024 card? Francine said, well, I think I did right here. National Mah Jongg. Oh, that's pretty cool. Bottom right-hand side, National Mah Jongg League 2024. Cool. So I wasn't paying attention. It was my first night and I was excited and nervous. And so I got a great bit of hint from Julie. And earlier I did mention that we were visiting Julie and Philippe, the creators of I Love Maj, and we had such a wonderful time with them. Thank you, Julie and Philippe, for creating this fabulous platform and for being the only platform that has Siamese on it right now. Woohoo! So anyway, oh, Linda said she was going to suggest about sorting the whole 2 racks together, but yeah, tell me about it. Look at how much easier this is for me to look at. All right, so I have 4 flowers, which is wonderful. I also have NES. That could become NEWS. You never know. I have 3 dragons, a pair of 1s. I'm going to really look at my multiples first to see what I can do here. A pair of 7s, a pair of 2s, and that's it. So I am going to move my 1s over here and play around with the pair of 1s. Anytime you have a multiple of anything, it's a really great way to start. Well, what goes with 1s on the card? It could be like numbers. I don't have any other 1s. It could be a consecutive run. And by the way, I only have 1 joker, so my eyes aren't going to be like popping right away at quints, but I always can keep them in mind if something cool happens and I get more jokers. All right, so with the 1s, it could be consecutive numbers. So I'm going to take a look at all possibilities of any consecutive numbers. And it doesn't allow you to put, I think that's the max right there, more than that many to fill it up. So if I try to put this up, it's going to bounce something back. So it only allows the 18 up there. So unfortunately, we can't put because there's no room, which is kind of nice. Because when I play in person, sometimes my tiles are falling off of one rack. So right there, I have, a 4 suit run, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I would want to keep all of my tiles that would be in the 1, 2, 3, 4 range, or even 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, if I can keep it. So that would be a definite possibility. What else could we do on with this? So we have 4 flowers. So let's see what hands we could possibly make with 4 flowers. We've got, what about the addition hands? Let's see if we have any addition hands. Move some of these down. I do see the 1 plus 6 equal, oh, I have a little bit of everything there. So 1 plus 6 equals 7. That's nice. Now, the beautiful thing is if I need a flower somewhere else, I could call the flower and not have to use all of them if that happens to be the situation. So I'll keep that in mind. And Francie says, apologize, I thought there was a Siamese card to pick. Yes, there is a Siamese card, and I'm not sure if you came in later or before I mentioned this, but I am playing the National Mah Jongg League card because not everybody has a Siamese card. So if I'm going to start doing this, I need to be able to reach out to the community, make sure that everybody that is going to come in has a Siamese card on hand, and then I'm going to have enough people that do play Siamese. Right now, this is so new, I'm not 100% sure. And then I see Debbie wrote 1 plus 6 equals 7. So I got that up there right now. And Anne said 1 plus 6 equals 7 on YouTube as well. So I've got that up there. That's really pretty. And I do have the 2s, the 2, 3, 4 going on. I have a little tiny bit of like numbers. Let's see what's going on this bottom rack here. Let me move these down right now. I see right here from this point, I do see the news hand with the dragons, the second from the bottom. And by the way, this here is 1 plus 6 equals 7 under addition hands line 1, if I didn't mention that. And what about here? I have a lot of 5, 6, 7, 8 possibility, even with this run, even with the matching dragon, even with an opposite dragon. So I've got some good possibilities there. And let's see what else. I don't have a lot of 3, 6, 9. So I think for right now, 6, 7, 8. I think for right now, I'm going to keep the news just for a little bit to see whether I get in that west and if I get in some more dragons and just see what happens. But I've got some very, very good possibilities going on here. I've even got 2 through 5 with dots. That's a possibility as well. Here, if I get 1. So I've got lots of good options. So we're going to have to keep an eye on a lot of stuff going on. But I'm going to dump the 9 to start. And here we go. Oh, and Linda said if I pick up more wins, I can do the concealed year hands. Yeah, I could do that. Absolutely. Ooh, that would be fun. Okay, now, can you hear? I did not hear any sound coming from my speaker. So that's a little challenge. I might need to ask my husband to come in real quick. I want to stop sharing just quickly because I can't. Can somebody put into the Zoom chat whether they heard when the tile was discarded? Did you hear the 9 crack? Because I have everything at max volume, I think. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the 8 crack now. Nope, it's not talking. All right, well, there's a 1, and that addition hand right now, which only needs the pair of flowers here, needs quite a bit of help for me to call that. I don't think I want to go ahead and commit to that quite right now. So I'm going to hit ignore on that. And we'll just have to hope that I can fill my hand in or get some more jokers. All righty, I've got a 7 crack. And I don't think that's going to work either right now. So I am, but I have like numbers starting. So that's even good too. Maybe I'll start dumping the win. So I've got some good run stuff going on and be able to keep track of that like numbers with 7s if that works out. So I think I'm going to go ahead and dump it. Yeah. I know that I think it was Linda. I have the 2024. I do have a 2024 for that big hand, but the challenge with Siamese is, the wins is having no Charleston, not being able to get those in. So I think I'm going to go ahead and leave all my other options, which give me much more flexibility right now, and dump the wins. That's just my feeling. Carol said, wouldn't it announce the tile? Yes, it's supposed to announce the tile, but my audio is not working. I'm going to have to figure out what is going on, because normally it does. So hopefully you'll just keep an eye on the table. 1 BM went out. I'll be the announcer. So anyway, I've decided not to go for the 2024 hand at this point. So I'm going to go ahead and dump the wins. South. I'm going to ignore that too. Oh my God. So now I get the 4 of the 2 and the 4. Oh, I'm not going to back up now, but frustrating. East. And I think by 2, these 2s are in the picture, aren't they? Boy, oh boy. Hindsight. All right, so there's a 7. And again, for me to commit to that hand, which is not formed enough, this is way too early to go ahead and do that. I just can't call the 7 at this point. I got a 5. So that's building here pretty nicely. And I think for the next tile, let's see. So I've got like lots of good run options here. I'm definitely going to keep those dragons for a bit, hoping I get a few more. And let's see, even if I wanted to do like numbers, I could still do it with the 7s. And I think, I have 5. I'm going to get rid of the 5. I was thinking 5, 7, 7, 9, but right now I don't have any 9. So that's not going to be the best option. So I'll get rid of the 5. 5, 6, 7. Okay. So of course, look at that. I got the West. I guess I should have kept it. Oh, like I said, you can't keep everything. And everybody sees the tiles differently, but anyway, yeah. So, oh, okay, that's all right. Let's see. I do have a lot of 2s and 4s. I do have a soap, so I could potentially do, like Linda said, a different year hand, absolutely not the big hand or one with wins. So now I have to make a really big decision as far as what I'm going to do. I want to move this down for a second. I'm going to move that out of the way. And I want to see how this like numbers here looks up here. So that's the like numbers right there. And we've got all this going on for 2024 right here. Okay, so I am, I mean, I still, that addition hand still could potentially come in. It could. I think that, and I also have 2, 4, 6, 8. I've got a lot of 2, 4, 6, 8 going on. 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 4, 6, 8. You know, not a whole bunch. But I do have stuff going on, and I'm kind of not feeling that addition hands. You know, the addition hands, they're pretty nice, but there are 4 Kongs in there, and that makes that hand challenging. 4 Kongs in a pair. Of course, I've got the pair, but I've already lost a 7. I've already lost the 1. That means I have to cover 2 jokers right away in that hand. I think I'm going to keep the 2, 0, 2 4s and 2, 4, 6, 8s just as a better option right now. I don't think I'm going to be looking at that addition hand. To be honest, I think that's going to be like, look at this here, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's kind of nice there. 1 and 7, or maybe I'll keep it. Maybe I'll keep them for a little bit. Maybe I'll keep it, and I'll keep the 2, 0, 2, 4. No, yeah, I'll keep it for a little bit just to see the 1, 6, and 7. I'll put that right there so I don't accidentally throw it out. I'm going to get rid of the 8 right now. So I've got my 7s, like numbers with 7s. I've got 2024 a little bit going on. Keep an eye on the addition hands for a little bit, but again, I think it's going to be a struggle. So I'm probably going to end up dumping that at some point. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the 8 dot. And we definitely are not getting sound in the game, so I'll have to work that out, but I don't want to take time doing it. So 8 dot went out. Ignore on this. I got another 2. So, and I got to move something down. So I'll move this down. So for 2, 0, 2, 4, that's also coming in very nicely. And I am probably going to start getting rid of these 1s. I can do the 6 right now. And if I don't need the flower for anything else, that means I get to use the joker in another hand, either the 2024, the like numbers, or my run 3, 4 reds, 5, 6, and that's line 2. So we're looking at any like numbers, line 1, possibly 2024, don't know what hand under that section, and second line under under consecutive run. 3, 4, 5, 6 for right now. We'll see how that works. If 2024 doesn't work, I can move these 2s over here and make it 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's get rid of the 6. Bam. There's a green. I was just holding it as an option, but there's 1 going out, makes it less of an option. There's the 7 crack. Now, I can call the 7 crack and use up my only joker right now. But since I can make that a pung, I won't jump at calling it. I know some of you probably cringe when I am just not an early caller. I don't jump at calling tiles just because I can call it without considering everything else. So, that's what we have to consider right now. And Carol, I see you said 2, 3, 4, 5 with reds. Yep, that's going to be a definite option if that 2024 doesn't come in, because that's stronger there with the 2s there. So great minds think alike. Now we get a 4. All right, so let me look at the 2022. And there's the hand right there. 2, 0, 2, 4 would be the strongest, or the 2. And that would be the way I would probably go, which would be line 1. And no matter what, I can get rid of those 1 bams now and still not have to make a decision as to whether I'm going to be moving these over. But let me look and see how many tiles I have toward that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's the strongest hand right now, is the 2, 3 red 4, 5. 100% the strongest. But again, I'll just leave my options open for a little bit. All right, we're going to get rid of this 1 bam. And yay, I get a joker. Fabulous. That'll help me make some good decisions. While I'm making my decisions, and I got another joker, I'm going to move these over because this is definitely the better way to go. Ignore there. And again, I always do like to get out the freshest tiles. I only have 1 person. See, Wes is a person to me. I only have 1 bot that I'm dealing with, but I certainly still want to get out the freshest tiles early on, making his hands harder to form. Just like a 7 went out, a 7 bam and a 1 bam makes my hand harder. And that's just the way to do it. So I'm going to go ahead and get the 8 out because I don't need it. It's not out. I get it out. And the 5 bam, also not out. I don't need it. I'll get it out. All right, so there's a 2 bam. And here's another situation where, for me, it's definitely too early to call and commit to 2024, since the other hand with the dot and the red is much stronger. I'm just going to let it go, and it makes that hand, the 2024, a little bit weaker. So click ignore. I don't need that. It's already out. The green is already out. If I'm not going to be playing 2024, it's probably a good time to look. The 2 bam, 2 have already gone out, so that's pretty weak right there for me. But I want to see and pay attention to what has not gone out yet. 4 bams and 4 dots, which make me think that, oh, hold on, I messed that up. Oh, I don't know how I almost screwed that up there. But that 4 dot needs to go right there. So I moved that there. Anyway, I think I need to get the 4 bam out, since this looks like it's really strong. And now that I have an extra joker, yay, I could do a lot more. Hopefully I'll get 1 more. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the 4 bam. Just always get rid of the wins. Typically with Siamese, unless you have a whole bunch of them, you don't play them anyway. All right, so now I have an opportunity to call the red, and that hand is pretty well set. I would really love more of jokers so that I could, have a more strong hand here. But in all honesty, if the 7 goes out, I might call that, or I will probably call that for a pung. And then I really only need one more good pick for the 7 bam or 7 dot to call those. So I'm going to go ahead and call the red. This to me makes sense because now my hand is very nicely formed. I do need to have one more good pick to cover the 3 dot. If it goes out right away, I'm probably going to hold up a little bit, but we'll see what happens. So I'm going to call this for a Kong. Oh, I need to pick my rack. So when you are playing Siamese at I Love Maj, it's going to ask you which rack, and it's on the bottom rack. So you got to pick that. I'm going to go ahead and do the Kong. And now I'll go ahead and get rid of everything's out already, which is kind of good, but I think, let's see, the 2 crack is not out yet. So that's the one I want to get out. Fresh. Get it out. That's the reason you get them out early, right there. All right, so for the consecutive run hand, I don't need the 2 dot. I already have my pair. And so we're just going to say ignore. And I have, the soap I'll get out. There's several 2s out already. The 2 dots, I just put one out. I have the other 3, so those are fairly safe. This is always a good way to be set up when you're playing Mahjong, whether it's 4-person or 2, is to have what I call my buffer tiles. And it's not the easiest way to have this happen is by always getting fresh tiles out. They work together. So we will go ahead and ignore this. And I will do the soap because that went out very, very early. And I don't know, Wes has got those 2s up. Let's see. If he calls it, that's okay. That's what I'd rather him do now than I give him like 2 Mahjongs later. So let's go ahead and go. Nope. All right, so there's a 7 dot. I can call that right now for a pung. I can't call it for a Kong because if I use my joker and another 7 crack goes out, oh, that's going to put me in a very tough situation. So it's better off right now that I call that and I call it for a pung. Top rack pung. Right? And now we're pretty good to go with any of these tiles to get them out. Let's see, the 6 is already hanging there too. I left that there. So, okay, so the 6 has to go out because the 6 hasn't gone out. That could be one of Wes's tiles. Let's get it out. Nope. Interesting. That one again is definitely a priority, although it's going out. One's going out. Okay, so now the 4 has gone out. So for 2, 3, the opposite dragons, 4 and 5, I need a pung. So I'm going to call that for a pung. So that would be bottom rack pung. Okay, so the hand is coming in very nicely. And I will discard the 6. 6 bam. And the east went out. I do not need the 5 because I already have the pair. Any of these have already been out, and I have the 2 of the 5. So it doesn't matter at this point. They're all kind of even Steven as far as which ones should go out now. So I'll do the 5. Oh, 1 crack. Now that is a fresh tile. I wouldn't consider it hot, because we have 57 tiles left, as shown here on the bottom right of the board. And at 57 tiles, we're into the middle game, which started at 66 tiles. So we've got 33 for the beginning game, the second 33, the middle, and the last 33 would be the end game. So right now we're in the middle game. Have to get this out right now. No reason to hold it or I won't make my hand. So let's see if Wes gets this one. I have a feeling he might. Aha. So, you know, we can predict these things, right? Especially when you're dealing with one other player. All right, so 4 bam, I don't need. I definitely don't need that. Make sure with his hand, 1, 2, 3, 4, pung, pung, kong, kong, line second from the bottom. He could be playing the same hand I'm playing. No, we can't because the ones would have to be a pair. But so pung, pung, kong, kong, second from the bottom, either with 1 or 2 suits. 3 and 4s are what he needs. I don't need that. And he didn't need that. He could use this. Let's see. And what about 3 cracks? There's no 3 cracks out. He couldn't use this because I've got 3. So I have a feeling he's playing 1, 2, 3 crack, 4 crack. So I've got some really nice safe tiles here. And so it doesn't really matter what I get out. All right, so there's a 7 crack. And now that's the second one. I'm going to call it. Hope I pick up another joker. I need another joker for the 7 bam to call it. I'm going to need another joker for the 3 dot or the natural tile or a joker exchange. I'm going to need a lot of help, but I'm going to call it. And I'm going to get this out in case he's, no, he's not playing with those. I just said he wasn't playing with them. So I'm going to get this out. All right, 2 crack, safe tile for him to get out. 6 crack definitely is fresh and new, and I got to get it out right now. Soap, I'm going to get that out. Okay. 2 bam. Lots to keep track of in this game. I know there are no 8 out. That looked like, oh no, there's 1 early. That's why it didn't seem like it was, but that doesn't mean that it's not needed. Right now it could be, so I'm going to get it out. Interesting. All righty. 5 cracks. That one also I have to get out right now. Here we go. Not out. At least I don't see it. Oh, there's 1 early. Okay. 5 dot. I don't need it. I have everything I need for that, which is a pair. Oh, very nice. So I can do my own joker exchange. Now, you know, the National Mah Jongg League doesn't require you to announce the joker from your own exposure, but you can if you want to. Some people feel it's the courteous thing to do. So, you know, I just never want to make it sound like I'm like, woohoo, I got my own joker, because I hear people doing that too. But thank you. This was very nice to get my joker. All right, so now I have a joker that I could use either for the 7 bam or the 3 dot. Preferably the 7 bam because that's a Kong and the 3 dot is a Pung, which is easier to make. But I don't know. hopefully, let's see, there's no 3 dots out. Hopefully I don't have a competitor here with Wes. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my 4 dot out. Or crack. Ooh, definitely. Is that your Mah Jongg? Well, I'm gonna get it out because I have to if I want to win. There we go. We kind of knew that was going to happen. All right, 6 dots. That's got to go out right now. All right, so he picked his own Mah Jongg for 1 rack. Good job. All right, so there we are. I definitely have to call that right there. So I am going to call that, and I guess I'll make it a Mah Jongg too, because I might as well get one in. One of the things about you can actually hold off to do 2 for an extra bonus if you do 2 Mah Jonggs at one time, but with him having 1 Mah Jongg, not going to do it. So I'm going to go ahead and say Mah Jongg here, and it's going to ask what rack, and I'm going to say top, and I'm going to click it. And there we go. So now I need 1 more good pick to be able to call that one and see if we can get that second Mah Jongg in. So discard 2 dots. Of course, I don't need that. And I suppose another reason you could hold out for calling a tile and not putting up Mah Jongg if you were to put up a joker is that maybe you want to try to get the joker exchange, but you also have your opponent who could grab it as well. So that's you got to think about all those kind of things. All right, 6 crack. Oh, 3 bam. 3 bam. Wow. And I only have, there's 2 jokers in my hand, 1 exposed. I'm just wondering if Wes has a ton of jokers, and I'm going to take a chance because I want to win it. I want to get the second Mah Jongg. So I'll do it. Maybe he'll just do an exposure. Yep. So at least it wasn't Mah Jongg. Okay, 6 dot, don't need. We'll get that out. And 6 bam. Very nice. Debbie got her own joker exchange. I'm going to move that over here. And 9 dot. Oh, so I didn't give him Mah Jongg, but he got it before me. And I just got set for Mah Jongg. So let's see. Oh, he has the 3. So, yeah. So I would have had to get another joker. Let's see what's in here. Oh, 2 jokers. I could have easily gotten that for sure. Oh, wow. Arlene from YouTube said, love playing Siamese, just received my Siamese card and I'm overwhelmed. Oh, I agree with you, Arlene. I've got to study that because I definitely want to play with the Siamese card on here. Another option I thought of was playing a few games with the Siamese card and a few with the National Mah Jongg card. This way everybody gets to benefit. But for anybody watching tonight, reach out to me. I have a whole load of Siamese cards on hand to sell. If you are interested, please email me at Debbie@MahjCon.com. That's MahjCon.com. And I'll get you one because It's fun. I mean, that card is crazy. Really, it's a Mahjong card on steroids. Okay, let me close this out. So, you see he was playing 1, 2, 3, 4, very nice, and 1, 3, 3, 5, which is line 2, under 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and the pung kong. They're both pung kongs. They're both 2 pungs, 2 kongs, easy hands to make, which is really nice. I made a pung kong too, but kong, pung. How did I do it? Whatever way it's showing there, but it's 2 pungs, 2 kongs. They're always easier to make. And Karen wants to know what a fresh tile is. Okay, so my fresh tile strategy, I think, is one of the most powerful strategies to use when playing Mahjong. Basically, what it is getting out a tile that is not on the table already. And since we're playing Siamese, it's not a tile that was left over after the Charleston, since we don't play a Charleston in Siamese. But if you were playing 4-player, it would also be a tile that you had the entire time during the Charleston that never went around, that nobody saw. So it's basically fresh tiles that nobody has taken a look at yet. The earlier you get those out, the more difficult you make it for others to build their hand. And somebody asked the other day, I don't remember whether it was last Wednesday or during Siamese last Sunday, why don't you double up? If you throw a 2 and you have a 2, the same tile, why don't you throw that? There's plenty of time to double up, but it is more important to get out tiles that aren't out there, in my opinion, and it's worked out for me. I have seen it over and over again. I've seen it go against me over again. I've seen how it works for me on a defensive side. Just get tiles out that you think somebody else needs early. The time to not do that is when the fresh tile turns into a hot tile. And a hot tile is an obvious tile needed to give somebody Mahjong. And when do you make a decision whether you should throw it or break up your hand is going to depend on how close you are to Mahjong, how many picks you have left, how badly you want to win. And if you want to win and you have enough picks and you have a good chance of winning, you can go for it. It's your decision. But if it's not going to happen, there is no reason to take a chance. Just play defensively and break up your hand. That's it. All right. To me, there's no other way to play. You don't throw something at the end if you have absolutely 0 chance of winning. All right, let me do this again. Let's see. Let me sort these babies. 3 jokers to start with. Wow, isn't that pretty? All right, let's see what we could do with this. Maybe we'll look at a quint for the line number 1 in quints. Maybe we'll just keep an eye on it, because I know that even if I don't want to play that, I'm going to keep an eye on backup stuff for sure. So, but that's beautiful right there for quint hand forming. And let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7. If I don't want or don't decide I'm going to do that, or it's not going to be possible, I can do 4, 5, 6, 7. I also have some nice 3, 6, 9 in one suit going on. So I want to keep that. What about the bottom rack here? What's going on here? Let's see. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wouldn't it be cool if I could, I've got my pairs up here and a pung here. So that's great. Down here, I have nothing. Well, I have a pair of 3s, but maybe I'll try for the singles and pairs hand, second from the bottom. I don't know. Could be fun. In the meantime, I have one. I'm going to ignore this right now. I have one south. I'm not going to play a wind hand starting with one south, knowing that I have to pick those in. I just don't. I play very differently when I'm playing Siamese and when I play four-person when it comes to winds. That's going to be my very first discard. And we'll see. I also have some 1, 2, 3 going on. So I don't know that I would want to get rid of that anyway. I was keeping it for 3, 6, 9. So let's ignore because it's too early to commit to anything. I got an 8. Maybe 2 4s. No, 3s and 8s don't like each other in this game, but I don't want to think too much about it right now because I have so many options. I also have a mixed suit run, 6 p.m., 7.8 crack going on. Oh, lots of stuff. All righty, let's see. The 9, 3, 6, 6, 9, let's see, 5. 5, 7. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the 7. Let me see. 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3. I mean, I've got some run stuff, even if the singles and pairs doesn't happen. But I think I've got that 3, 4, 3 plus 4 equals 7 as well, the addition hand. I'm not a fan of those addition hands. I'm just saying, those having 3 pungs, not a fan. So I think I'm gonna get rid of the 1 bam right now. Let's see, do I need it for any reason? I don't think so. I don't think so. I mean, I could always need it, right? So there's a 1. Again, I'm not ready to commit right now to anything. No way. So I'm just going to ignore. So now I have a 9, and the 3, 6, 9, third hand down, is looking kind of nice. And I'm seeing something pretty cool if I have to move that 4 and 5 down. 2, 3, 4, and 5 right there. That's kind of nice. So this is looking pretty good. With the 3, 6, 9, I could call the 6. I could call the 9. I do need to get one more something, couple of tiles to cover that 3 better. And then for 2, 3, 4, 5, I could call the 3 crack. I've got some weakness there, but I'll keep an eye on stuff. I'm not jumping yet to anything, but I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the 7 dot because I think I've got a lot of good stuff that I'm keeping track of right now. Yep. Now there goes a 3, and of course I'd like it. I wish I picked it. Am I going to put it up and call it for a Kong with 2 jokers right now? No. I'm not going to do it. I need to wait. There's a couple of things you could think about when you call early and have to use jokers. You're also giving your opponent a chance for a joker exchange. And there's only 2 of us. I have a better shot at doing an exchange myself than I do with having 3 other players. But nonetheless, I just don't want to give up 2 jokers right now. So I have to say no. I have to say no. Let's see, that quint hand, 4, 5, 6. Still in the back of my head. So we'll see. I'm going to hit ignore. All right, I definitely don't need that. And that's fresh because it's not out. There's a 7. The 7s aren't in the stars for me. It doesn't look like right now. So I'm going to say ignore. And I got another 3, which means if I want to do that hand, I am going to call the next 3 that goes out. I really hope I could fill something more in here. I do. This is kind of forming, but not enough. So I will go ahead and get rid of the, let's see. Well, I need the soap for any reason. That would be a good tile to get out early. 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 6, 9. What about the 3, 6, 9 with the opposite dragon, second from the bottom? Let me see what that looks like. I wouldn't need that. 3, 6, 9, second from the bottom. I'm just going to look at that, see what that does. Okay, so I can call this here for the soap, the flower here. Kind of about the same. Kind of about the same situation here. So actually I need a little bit more than if I do 3. No, it's about the same. I'll hold that soap for a little bit and I'll get out the 9. It's a lot of fun to think about it, but there's so much to think about. This really helps you strengthen your game because you just got to think about the whole card. You can't be focused on one thing. All right, I'll get rid of that. Now there's a flower, and certainly if I were going to play with a Kong, I would consider calling it, but I don't like to put jokers up with flowers ever, unless it's like really, like my hand is like really, really set. They go so quickly. With one other player, again, it's not as competitive with that joker exchange, but I'm going to wait. I'm not going to jump to do anything because I don't need it for that 3rd hand down. I do need it for the second from the bottom. So I'm going to just hold on for a little bit. All right, so the 5 and 7 is out. Let's see what other tiles here I may not be using. The 1 and 4 I could hold as well for 1, 2, 3, 4 with the cracks. Maybe 1 crack out already. 7, 8, 9. Don't know if anything's going to work out there, but I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the 7 and the 5 right now because I do want to hold these other things for a little bit longer. Okay, so here again, see, it's good when these tiles go out early. This is a fresh tile that Wes is getting out because I want that 5 bam, and I have to now say, oh, am I going to call that for a Kong and put up two of my jokers? No. So he makes that, he's making that hand harder for me. All right. All these are out. So since I'm holding these others for just a little bit longer, I'm going to just get out the tiles that are duplicating what's out there already. So everything again is out. Just, the longer we go on and where we don't, where these 7, 8s, and 9s don't show up, could be an indication that West needs them. So I have to consider that. We're at 79 tiles. Once we get to 66, we'll be into the middle game, and I could still take my time, to get them out, but I need to get them out sooner than later. So 1 through 5. 1 through 5. The 2 I'd have to worry about, and the 4 crack. There are none out. So maybe Maybe. We'll see. I still can get a 5 dot out without having to make a decision. All right, so now I got a 2. And that's for, let's see, 1 through 5 is a possibility. 1, 2, and then the 2, 3, 4, 5 is a little stronger now. That's a possibility. Yeah, I'm a little concerned about that soap, but I think right now I'm going to go ahead and start dumping these here on the end. I'll start with, oh no, the 1, 7 is out, so I'm not going to start with that. I'll start with the 9. This, I have 2 options for 3, 6, 9 right now. I have 2 options for runs right now. I got lots going on, so it's not like I have to like worry that I don't have anything going on. All right, that's nice. So that hand has gotten a little bit closer, whether it's the 1 suit and what's nice here with the 1 suit, which actually definitely just won my vote with that 1 tile coming in for here. I can call everything right now, and that means I need to prioritize this soap, which is a fresh tile. So let's go ahead and get that out, and I'm not going to worry about it. And that's why we get them out. The earlier your opponent may not be able to call because he's not set, but if he does call, it's for an exposure and not for Mahjong. I hope that makes sense to you guys. So I do not need this. And I don't need that. I'm going to have to, the 8 cracks, which aren't out, I'm hoping that I maybe could get a little joker bait from Wes. Maybe he's using the 8s, and if he puts up the 8s with a joker, I could maybe grab one of those jokers. All right, now we have to look at this bottom hand. The 1, 2. Let's talk about the pung, pung, kwang, kwang. 1, 2, 3, 4. If I did it with the 1 suit, I am weak for the 1 crack, and I'm also weak for the 4 crack. I need another, I mean, I'm not weak. If I call the 1 crack, then I need 2 more to cover the 4. If I put the joker here, I need 1 to cover the 4, 1 to cover the 1 to call them, to be able to call them. If I do it with the 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 through 5, then I can call the 1 crack, and I have to worry about the pair for the 4. If Wes is playing with 4s or they go out before I'm ready to Maj, and I need 1 more tile here. So now let's look at 2, 3, 4, 5 with the 2 suits. I can call the 2. I can call the 3. I can call, preferably it would be the 4 and not the 5 going out so early, because I wouldn't want to put it up with the first 5 that goes out. But we'll see how I feel at that point. So in all honesty, that's the stronger one right now. And I can definitely call it. And I think I'm going to go ahead and do it. Why not? I'm pretty well set for that hand. So I'm going to call bottom rack pung. And this is the 2 suit, second from the bottom, pung, pung, kwang, kwang. So this is a pung. All right. Now we got to really think about getting these tiles out that are freshest. There's 1 crack out early on. There's a 7 crack out. Is there a 7 crack? I thought I saw, yeah, early on. 4 cracks, not out at all. 5 cracks, not out at all. So let's start with these two. And I'll do that joker bait. I like to do it when I get into that middle wall. So here we go. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, we're good here. All right, so that's nice. One more tile closer to that hand. I can call everything now. Looking good. West took his own joker. And now for that top rack, I am going to call the 6 for the third hand down under 369, and that would be a Kong. Top rack and Kong. Okay. All righty. 69 tiles. We're almost at the middle game. Almost at the middle game. So the 7 bam, 8 cracks, 7 cracks, everything's already gone out. Let's see if I can just go ahead and dump those before I get those 8s out. I don't want to wait too long because I definitely want to take a chance of getting a little joker bait. Oh, interesting. So we just got a flower. Now, I do play around with flowers. It's like playing with fire a little bit, but I'll share this with you if you don't come to my regular Wednesday nights live streams. I like to hold a little bit because if a flower goes out and Wes calls it and puts up a joker, I could grab a joker. It's risky, less chances of me getting that joker with Siamese, but I could wait just a little bit. And 1 went out. I have 2. That's the 3rd. So, I mean, that's the 4th. So there's 4 others. I'm going to wait. I'm going to play around with it. Ooh, it's really a little bit risky. Okay, ignore. And the 6th crack is not out. That's a fresh tile. That means gotta go. And right now, don't need that. 6 dots out already. Let's see. I got to be really careful with that flower. Oh my goodness. Okay, look at that. Now everything is set here. I think I'll go ahead and grab my Mah Jongg right now. No, I won't grab my Mah Jongg right now. Sorry. Never mind. I will not take the jokers from there right now. So no, never mind. Scratch that. We're good right now. I need 1 more tile to call for Mah Jongg for the top rack. I'll get rid of this. One dot. Oh, Wes needs this for sure. But I got to get it out because it's fresh. Nope. I guess he couldn't take it. That's a good reason to get it out. Maybe he needs it. You never know. All right, don't need that. Don't need that. All right, now that I have 2 flowers, I'll go ahead and get one out right now. And hopefully Wes will call it for one of his 2 racks. Nah, oh well. So now I will get it out just in case he needs them at all, just to make it even harder for him. And I'm not going to hold on to it any longer. So, and I don't need this. Winds haven't been out. Wow. Well, we'll get it out. Aha. See? Better it be for an exposure, though, any time of the day. And I'll go ahead and get the flour out now. Don't need that. Okay, we're 50 tiles. I'm going to break up my pair. It's now or probably never. I don't know if Wes needs those for the third hand down, but maybe we'll see. Ah, darn. It's nice trying. All righty, so we've got 6, 8. Those are already out quite a bit. Everything's out. Let's see the 6 dot. All right, we'll do the 6 dot. Actually, we'll do the other 8 crack now. And then the 6 dot. Ignore. 2 dot is definitely not out. And is Wes playing a 2023? Yes, Wes is going, well, we don't know. I mean, for Wes, for the top exposure, Francie said, can you say what hand Wes is going for? So for the top exposure, or the top rack, it could be either line 1, line 2, or line 3. So it's not one obvious one, but it's one of those 3. For the bottom hand, it could be line 2 of Winds and Dragons. It could be the second hand from the bottom of 369. It can be a 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 hand, line 3, left or right side. And it can be a 2024 hand, line 1. It can also be any like numbers, line 2. So there's so many possibilities right now that once we know for sure, then it'll be a definite. But 3 hands for the top one, and geez, a choice of many for the bottom. Now, if you're a really good tile counter and you know what's going on, you may be able to predict which one it might be more than the other. But I'm getting the 2 out in case he needs it for the 2024, because there are no 2s out. So we'll see what happens. Didn't call it. Maybe he wasn't ready. All right, there we go. So we are going to, could be fun to wait, but I'm going to go ahead and grab my first Mah Jongg right there. I'm going to go ahead and do it right here. 369. That would be third hand from the top from 36 on the 369 section. And I'm going to go ahead and do Mah Jongg. Mah Jongg, top rack, Mah Jongg. There we go. And 3 8s are out. 2 6s are out. 2 8s or 8 bams are out. So we're really, again, I love setting myself up by getting out all of the precious tiles first and leaving myself with my buffer tiles of pretty safe tiles. Is there a guarantee in this game that everything's going to work out exactly the way you want? No, because I've seen people put up 3 jokers with a tile that they needed to fill something in because they had so many jokers. But, you know, you got to kind of go with what makes sense. And Melinda said, thank you. I have joined this online game and have been playing against the bots. I really enjoy it. Fantastic. Fantastic. I'm so glad to hear that. Melinda watching from YouTube. Again, everything's gone out already. So, and I'm going to call this for a pung on the bottom rack, pung. It knew already that it could only be the bottom rack. So that was pretty cool. It defaulted to that. And I'll get this out. All right, now that's, if I didn't have a safe tile, that would be the safest tile. But 3/8 are out. I have the 4th. I have 3 exposures up. And Francie says, just to confirm, we can play Siamese with bots and use the National Mah Jongg 2024 card like today. Yes, 100%. And I'll just take a quick little break right now before I discard to let you know that under this video, when it's posted, or any one of my Wednesday night skill building videos, and even last week's Siamese videos, is a link for you to get an extra week to try out I Love Maj if you haven't already joined. So instead of 2, you get 3. You can always email me and ask me to send you the direct link through the email for you to click on and sign up, and you get that 3 weeks. So please consider supporting me. I am an affiliate of theirs, and I do get that extra week free. All right. So any questions? Debbie at MahjCon.com, MahjCon.com. So Maj, like Mahjong, and Con, MahjCon.com. All right, so we'll go ahead and get either one of these out because my buffer tiles sitting here are both very cushy and safe. Oh, Francie said she purchased it when she took one of my classes early on in February. Perfect. Super, super. Okay, I don't need that. Let's see if Wes calls that. Maybe he's playing line 2 of Winds and Dragons. I don't know. We'll see. No. 4 dot. Definitely every tile other than the 8 dot right now will go out because that 8 dot is the safest of all. So I don't see a 4 dot. 2024, is that going to be one of your tiles, Wes? Nope. And 7 crack, they're out. I got a good setup here with my tiles right now. 7 BAMs are out. Two BAMs I know went out. Those went out. I'm dying to see what he was actually playing. 5 crack. I know that one went out, but I don't remember. Early. Yeah, I see it. Early. All right. So this is 27 tiles left. We're just into the end game. 33 tiles for each third. So we're in the end game. This could be, because I only see 1 out. Oh no, 2 next to each other. So maybe not. So we're good. We're good. Six cracks have gone out, so that should be good too. I wouldn't break anything up yet at this point anyway, because I'm too well set up anyway. 3 dot. 3 dot. 1 3 dot went out very early. This could be a tile needed. Let's see. Nope. One red went out and 2 greens. Let's get it out. Aha. So he wasn't ready to call it when I put my red out earlier, but he was set to do it now, or forced to do it now. 17 tiles left. Come on, I could still do this. Okay, I just got a hot tile. Extremely hot. And I definitely want to win. I still have a shot at it. I still have a shot at winning. I could give Wes 1 Mah Jongg. Oh, I I don't care as much when it's Siamese. Oh, wow. I think I'm going to do it in hopes that it is so many tiles went out that he couldn't call. Maybe, just maybe it'll be for an exposure and I won't give him Mah Jongg. I've got 4, 8, 12, 16, 4 more picks. I have a shot at winning. I try it. I'm going to try it. This is a personal choice. Definitely a personal choice. So I do have a shot, not the greatest shot, but I'm close. So here we go. All right. Again, if you do this, it's okay. It's a game and you want to win. I know that Wes needs this right now. This is Siamese, and he's not going to call 2 Mah Jongg. So I'm okay with giving him 1 Mah Jongg right now. But I just want to try it and see what is going. Or maybe I'll wait to see if he breaks his hand up. Maybe I should wait a little bit. That's another way to look at it. I could wait and see if he calls anything else. And boy, I wish I was a good tile counter where I could like look at everything and see and know. If I wait longer, he could pick his tile and I could then give him, maybe I'll wait and see if he breaks his hand up. If I get my tile, you know. So here's another hot tile because he's either playing like numbers line 2, any like numbers line 2, or the second hand under winds and dragons. How many flowers are out? 1, 2, 3. I have 4, 5, 6. That means he would have to have several jokers, and I only have 3 jokers, so that's a good shot. Maybe it's time to play defensively. What do you guys think? Anybody have anything they want to let me know? Do you think I should just play defensively or go for it? I know I've got viewers that feel both ways, but definitely a different audience than on my Wednesday night. So what do you think? Give me a go for it or break up my hand. What would you do? I really, really would like to. 14 tiles left. So wait a minute. I don't have 4 picks. I have more than 4 picks. I have way more than 4 picks. See, I get confused. Yeah, Agnes says go for it. It's only a game. Debbie says go for it. And yeah, and again, I have to switch my thinking when I play between Siamese and 4, but I have 7 picks left. Not so I don't know which to go first, but I'll try the flower first. Oh, look at that. Now, if he was playing the second line under Winds and Dragons, 3 greens are out. So what number could he be playing on line 2? I'm trying to see if I could do a quick skim. 4s, 5s. Wow, I don't. It's like multiples of every number. I can't even like see what he would be doing for like which ones are the cracks in the dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 dots. Oh, there's 1, 7, 8. Yeah, I don't know. All right. Four crack came in. I don't, one. Could be fours, maybe. No, I doubt it. Oh, there it is. So he was playing any like numbers with fours. Yep. And I saw the four up there, and then I did see, where was the other fours? The fours here, the four dots, but I still definitely left fours up there. So, but look at two jokers. Well, all right, I got to take a chance. And now I'm set for Maj. I got to take a chance. He couldn't call it. Look at that. He could not call it. He probably chose to give up his two jokers to grab a Maj rather than hold out and not hit any. Good job. Okay. And there it is. There's my Maj. Make sure all your tiles and only those tiles are on that rack. Boy, that's nice and big. I don't know if it will be as big on your screen, but I have a big monitor, and that is really 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm confirming. I get very nervous to this day after playing Mahjong for so many years. I still get nervous. And Linda said still two jokers left. Yeah, we're going to look at what was left. I like to do that. So Mahjong. All right, I want to see what was left in here. So 2, 4, 6, 7 jokers, one in the wall, and a 4 crack. I don't know. I think he did. Yeah, he mahjed on the 4 crack. Wow, look at that. All right, so I got 25 points for the first hand, 50 points for the second hand. And thank you, Linda. I appreciate Linda was saying congrats. Yeah, so double Maj, that was cool. And that's about it for right now. So we're going to go ahead and end it for now. And you know what? Before we get off, just give me a quick in the chat who has a Siamese Mah Jongg card and who doesn't. I just want to get an idea, and I hope you'll consider purchasing one so that we have more players using the Siamese card. I've been studying it, but it's definitely a little bit of a challenge. I think, let me stop sharing. I think they told me that, I want to go ahead and look on the webs on I Love Maj. Let me get out of here. I think they told me they have a tutorial about the Siamese card. I'm going to go in and take a quick look here. I don't see it there under tutorials. I don't see it, but I think I have something as well. If I have it, I'll definitely share it with you next week. Just about some of the nuances of the card. It is really funky and fun. So anyway, let me see. I do not have, okay, so a couple of you don't. Reach out to me. I could get one in the mail to you pretty quickly. Hold on one second. Let me go grab the card so I could remember what it is, because I sometimes, give me one sec. I'll let you know how much they are. Mm. All right, give me a second. I'm looking in my store because I sometimes forget between the National Mah Jongg League and the Siamese. They are $8, and that will include shipping and handling. Let me see, I'll put my video back on. All right. Open this up, I can show everybody. This is what it looks like. I don't know if you could see it. If I get too close, can you see any of it? It's really fun. Let me tell you what some of the categories names are. So the evens is called Even Cats Do It, because you know it's Siamese Mah Jongg, right? So Even Cats Do It. There's the 11 hands. 11s equal prosperity in Siam. Then the like numbers category is called All Cats Look Alike. The year hand is called It's Always the Year of the Cat. 369 is called Cats Have 3, 6, or 9 Lives. The singles and pairs is called 1 or 2 Cats Stayed in the House. I mean, clever. A lot of thought was put into this. Gladys really did a great job. And the front of it looks like this. Oops. I don't want to bend the brand new card. I got to bend it to mail it, but that's what the front looks like. The Siamese cats. Yeah, so I got a lot. I went ahead and ordered a whole bunch to have them because I knew that people were going to want to start buying them if I'm going to play with it. I'm going to need your help, let me tell you, because that card drives me crazy. I feel like I'm playing, anybody ever hear of Wright Patterson? I feel like I'm playing Wright Patterson when I'm using the Siamese card because they're just so different. All right, guys. Well, I had a lot of fun tonight, and I really, really appreciate y'all joining. If you have, oh, there's one more message here. I don't want to miss it. Okay, so Karen, all you have to do is the best way to buy the card is from the store. I have a couple of stores online, but the easiest one is MahjongTeacher.com. Let me put that one in there. Just go to the store, MahjongTeacher.com, right there. And yes, Gladys does a new card as well every year. So yes, they come out every year. I'm going to put that in here as well in YouTube, MahjongTeacher.com. Just go to the store and order it from there. I'll get it right out in the mail to you. Now, I could tell you one thing. The United States Post Office is the epitome of how not to run a business. They sometimes take forever to, I can mail something one state away, and for some reason they send the mail from me, I think, down to Miami, and then from Miami, I don't know. So I just know I'll get it out like right away. Okay. Any questions at all? And you can always email me if you think of anything after. I'm always around, glad to help. Please consider joining Wednesday night if you don't already come on Wednesday nights for skill building Wednesdays. I have an easier time playing against 3 other players than I do playing against one with double the tiles. But it's all fun. So I'm going to say good night. And until we see each other again, practice, 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 and be well, everybody. Night, night.